Hello Internet, and welcome to another episode of Bazzle Spot Live, where we're going to do some games. Going to jump onto Bazzle Spot, and here we go with this wonderful team. And when I obviously say wonderful, I do of course mean a little bit silly and not very solid, but fun at the same time, which is really what we want, isn't it? Just some fun, interesting, entertaining games, because this team. Well, okay, so we find someone from Canada. This team has got lots of different options, lots of different modes. Obviously, if you watched any of my channel for the past week and a bit, then you've probably seen the team. But TORKOAL, LILLIGANT, we've got Pheromosa, NIHILIGO, which is pretty good together. Dugtrio, Oricorio work well together as well, because then we can start like earthquaking after I've hopefully set up with Oricorio as well. So, let's see what we've got here then. Gengar is not something you see every day. I have actually seen a few scarfed Gengar lately, which intrigues me to no end. What's a lie? I'm not intrigued anymore. So yeah, I suppose it's for like scarfed Tapu Lele, I suppose. I mean, I've got scarfed NIHILIGO on this, so I guess the upside of NIHILIGO is I can threaten Arcanine. The upside of Gengar is it can threaten things that are weak to Ghost, I suppose. So, ups and downs. Gengar's a little bit faster too. But anyway, let's stop waffling on and let's do something. So, let's go with NIHILIGO. Let's go with Pheromosa. And in the back for this one, I'm pretty sure we do want TORKOAL and LILLIGANT. I do think so. Dugtrio is not really wanted too much here. Neither is Oricorio. LILLIGANT good against the Gastrodon, TORKOAL, and to support the TORKOAL as well, which is good against everything really, aside from I guess the Arcanine and Garchomp. The Garchomp I can Leaf Storm, the Arcanine I can hopefully knock out and take care of with these first two Pokemon. So when they have got Arcanine in their team, they normally do lead with Arcanine because they can take eruptions, the threat of, okay, well, not here. They can take, like, if I had led with TORKOAL LILLIGANT here, I could have just after used eruption. So, shame I didn't, isn't it? But maybe the Katana scarfed. Maybe. It could be. And there's no way to know. So unfortunately we don't see the Arcanine. I would have liked to have got the Arcanine. Katana, if it is scarfed, then oh dear. If it is focus sashed, then oh dear. If it's assault vested, then it's not going to take an all-out pummeling. So I'm going to go for a sludge bomb into the Tapu Koko and an all-out pummeling into the Katana. Worst case scenario, if it is, worst case scenario is it's scarfed actually. So, yeah, probably something to take a poison attack coming in here. Okay, so it's not scarfed. Or if it is, it's not faster than my thingy. It is scarfed. It's scarfed. Well, that's interesting. Okay, if you're gonna... Yeah, it's faster than my Pheromosa. So, it's scarfed. So if you're going to have a scarfed Katana, surely you want it to be faster than potential scarfed NIHILIGO. I guess that's just an oversight on his behalf, but why on the scarf would you not use those EVs to put in speed? You're putting them in bulk, Don't know. So, interesting choice there, but at least we get rid of the Katana. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we've lost a NIHILIGO, but Garchomp has taken some damage now and should be in ice beam range, maybe even if it is assault vested. He's lost his Katana. He has got his Tapu Koko and something else though. So what do we think the something else is? I think I'll put the LILLIGANT in first. If he brings in this Tapu Koko, I will do a big chunk with Leaf Storm. Maybe even knock it out in one, potentially. So, just to be safe, I'm going to Ice Beam the Garchomp and I'm just going to Leaf Storm the Tapu Koko. No reason to well, there would obviously be reason to try and do something else, but like, what could it be? Like, I suppose if it is Arcanine, if it's got Arcanine in the back, then that would be bad for us. But we're still just going to Ice Beam the Garchomp here. So Tapu Koko could protect. Has this Garchomp got a focus an Assault Vest? Because it's taking this Ice Beam. Yeah, it doesn't survive. Okay. So Garchomp goes down. Faramosa is at +2 speed now, which means it's very, 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 very fast. And we'll see what his last Pokemon is. So Arcanine, ooh, scary. Anything else? Not so bad. Okay, Gengar, not quite so bad. Alright, yeah, I don't mind that, because I'm going to protect Lilligant here, because basically I'm trying to set myself up for a eruption after eruption. So I'm going to Ice Beam the Gengar here, actually. I think. Just because it's more likely to have the Sash on it. Don't think he'll protect it here, because he kind of does have to do something. Yeah. Yeah. And Dazzling Gleam, so I'm going to be losing my Pheromones here. If he goes for a Destiny Bomb now, then that would be a little bit of a pain, I suppose. But we should be able to play around it. Oh, it's a Life Orb, Tapu Koko, so we know that that's not Assault Vested either. Good, right, so we've pretty much got this game now, because we can bring in TORKOAL, good old TORKOAL, and knock him out with an Eruption. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice, this. It's a fun team, because, like, we've seen over these last videos, over the last week, all of the different sort of modes that this team can do. And each mode seems to come like an even sort of time, aside from the lead of Nihilego, Pheromosa, which sort of comes almost every game. We've got some games with Dugtrio and Oricorio, and now we've got TORKOAL and Lilligant asserting the little fiery, turtly dominance. Or tortoisey dominance. Whatever TORKOAL's supposed to be. Here we go. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, we just seeing the Life Orb on Tapu Koko just made it certain that it would get knocked out. I mean, I was thinking, because he didn't have the Assault Vest on the Garchomp, and the Gengar's probably got the Focus Sash on it, maybe, you know, it was either going to be Life Orb or Assault Vest, and Assault Vest probably would be able to take an Eruption there, but what it would be able to do back, not too sure. Discharge, Paralysis, business, wouldn't have been too good, but you know, we're getting there, aren't we? We would have been all right either way, I do think. So here we go. Let's jump into another game with the music entitled. What shall we have? Aether Foundation. I don't think we've had this one yet. So, oh, and we find someone straight away. Sleepy from the United States. With a very standard looking team. So, Dugtrio maybe, but TORKOAL maybe too. So this is one where I'm kind of split, because Dugtrio would be very good against the Lillet, the Arcanine, the Muck. But TORKOAL, in case he did get Trick Room up, and then I could like Solar Beam, the Gastrodon, Fire, obviously the Katana. So how do we want to go about this? Again, like, the only thing that makes me think of not Nihilego Pheromosa is Oricorio, just if he did lead with the Porygon 2, and I could taunt it. But an all-out pummeling won't knock Porygon 2 out in one, but a combination of like Power Gem all-out pummeling I think would, if I am that worried. So I will lead with these two. Could we go with these two, TORKOAL, Dugtrio? Well, apparently we're not going to get a chance to, because it looks like there's been a disconnection. So we'll put that through. Communicating, please wait a moment. Okay, so that was on our opponent's end. Okay, so disregard the last minute. Nothing ever happened. And play, record. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to jump into a second battle, and we are going to have the music entitled Aether Foundation. Yeah, I don't think we've had that one yet. As you find someone from Japan, with a really hard Trick Room team. Okay, so this is one of the matchups that this team struggles with most. Especially because, like in the game that didn't happen, that we're not gonna think about. Porygon 2, you can just taunt it. Oranguru, I'm pretty sure normally have the Mental Herb on it, so can't do that. Like if I lead with Pheromosa, then I'll obviously be able to do a chunk to it, but Pheromosa and something. I will want my TORKOAL in the back, but the Drampa is a massive problem. Drampa in Trick Room is a big problem. So I do want to lead with Pheromosa here, just to threaten the Oranguru a little bit. He hasn't got any fake outs on this team, which is maybe the only good thing that we can take out of this. We'll go with these. Do want TORKOAL in the back, but I guess let's go with Lilligant just because he's got the Mudsdale, and Lilligant really is the only thing that we can sort of touch Mudsdale with. I suppose we've got Solar Beam on TORKOAL, but we probably can take one high horsepower, to be honest, but it's not, you never really want to be sort of putting yourself in that sort of position, but I don't know, we'll see. Jumper, Tapu Lily. Okay, so no Trick Room mode at all coming out here, which is fantastic. This could have been so scary, but he's probably going to protect and switch his way around this, but actually this has turned out really nicely for us, because yeah, it is Cloud9 too. So again, expecting our TORKOAL Lilligant, I guess, because now we can Sludge Bomb the Tapu Lily, and we can all out pummeling the Drampa, which will knock it out. He probably will protect, but if he does protect, we are going to possibly put it in Ice Beam range. The only downside to this is we're using our all-out pummeling, so we can't do that onto the Oranguru in the future, which is basically the biggest thing that I had to stop his Trick Room with. So, well, he's just sacrificing his Katana here then, which I'm fine with. And Nihiligo does go first. And does knock out the Tapu Lily, so it wasn't a really bulky one. You do need quite a lot of bulk to survive that. And it wasn't timid or scarfed either. So, on the face of it, this is a decent turn 1. We'll see if this is Sash or not. We'll see if it's going to go down now or not. On the face of it, it's a good turn 1, but if he does get Trick Room up, Drampa in Trick Room can still literally just sweep through my team. Yeah, it's got an Assault Vest there. A Focus Sash, rather. So, I would imagine he's going to bring in his Oranguru now. Yeah, here it is. And this is not good for me. The Katana, because it is Sash, it's probably got Protect. So I'm going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to Sludge Bomb the Oranguru. And... do I risk the Focus Blast? I think the Katana's going to Protect. If he does get Trick Room up, I can put TORKOAL in. But I could, I'm thinking I could switch my TORKOAL in now, if I do think he is going to Trick Room. And maybe that is the safer play. I'm just going to put TORKOAL in now. I'm just a little bit worried if he... I mean, Katana can't really do too much to Pheromosa. A Psychic, we are in Psychic terrain, we'll probably do about half the TORKOAL though. I'm just thinking that the only way that he can win this is if he goes for a Trick Room and sweeps with his Drampa. So Oranguru actually protects. Ooh. That's not good. That is not good. And he does Smart Strike into the... Ooh, okay. Well, I didn't expect that. Because I could have just, like, obviously I could have just sort of Ice Beamed into that and knocked it out. Okay. So, let's... I could put Pheromosa in and Ice Beam. But I'm going to put Lilligant in. I'm going to put Lilligant in because if I put Pheromosa in, then I would potentially, I guess I would have to Ice Beam the Katana and then I guess Flamethrower or Erupt with TORKOAL. This way, I know that I can After You Eruption, which does take care of the Katana, but it means that the Oranguru, if it is going to go for a Trick Room, is taking an Eruption as well. So, After You TORKOAL, Eruption. If he does bring his Drampa in, it will weaken the Eruption damage. He could protect his Katana, bring in his Drampa, and then his Katana would be the fastest thing the next turn. I can see that happening. That's what's happening. Yeah. So at least we're going to get a chunk onto the Drampa. Yeah. Okay, so this is scary now because Drampa can... That's actually a decent chunk because the Drampa's probably got a Draco Meteor and it will just one-shot the TORKOAL. Yeah, no doubt about that. So Katana is going to... Okay, yeah, so what we'll do is we'll Leaf Storm the Katana and protect with TORKOAL. Lilligant is sashed, so Drampa's probably targeting the TORKOAL, so we're protected on that. Katana will be Smart Striking or whatever into the Lilligant. Sash, we can survive that. We can Leaf Storm, knock out the Katana back, and then we'll have... Well, we won't have the Sun, but we won't be threatened quite so much. If he goes for a Hyper Voice here, then I will be losing my Lilligant too. But I'll still have Pheromosa, which can Ice Beam, and we'll see how much this... Well, we'll see how much the Drampa's got left. I don't think it is in Ice Beam range actually. It's actually Hyper Voice, so maybe no Draco Meteor. Oh, it's Life Orbed. So maybe it is in Ice Beam range. Alright then. So this is scary now. I'm pretty sure we've lost this one, which is unfortunate because, like, for such a bad sort of matchup, I said we led well. We led just how we always seem to lead. He didn't lead very well. He gave us a chance, and yeah, I could see it coming, couldn't I? Like the Protect and him switching in the Drampa. I mean, does the Drampa protect as he Psychics the Pheromosa? Or does he protect his Drampa and try and Trick Room? Or does he not protect the Drampa? I think I've got to go for a Focus Blast and Eruption to try and knock out the Oranguru before it Trick Rooms. I think he's going to protect and Trick Room. Wow, okay. So he's just double protected. I thought he'd got me then. Well, that was definitely interesting. I don't think he should have done that. Because I suppose he's sort of scouted out what I'm going to do. But now it means I can potentially... Like, I don't think it's going to knock it out. But now I can sort of safely Ice Beam into the Drampa. And go for an Eruption, I suppose. I mean, after a Psychic, I wonder what... He's not going to Trick Room here, is he? He's just going to Psychic me. So I'll Flamethrower him, actually. So I need this Ice Beam to knock the Drampa out. And it's Life Orbed, so it's probably just 252 HP. But I don't think it will... Oh, it does! Nice. I don't think he's Trick Rooming here, because then, like, it's just going to take another attack from the TORKOAL. Yeah, he expected he would survive that. I suppose if I didn't... I mean, I guess part of me must have thought that the Ice Beam would have knocked out the Jumper, because I could have Focus Blasted it as well. So, you know, there is that. But we've actually managed to sort of wangle our way round into winning this game somehow. Yeah. There we go. So, strange games. Interesting though. I like that we're actually winning like the majority of these games actually. So you know we're sort of getting a little bit higher. Our opponents are using sort of more standard teams, I guess now too. So yeah, you know I'm hoping that you're enjoying this. Please like and share and you know help out my channel in that very wonderful way that you can do. So thanks a lot, guys, and goodbye for now.